With you, a reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. The apostles said to the Lord, "Increase our faith." The Lord replied, "If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you would say to this mulberry tree, 'Be uprooted and planted in the sea,' and it would obey you. Who among you would say to your servant who has just come in from plowing or tending sheep in the field, 'Come here immediately and take your place at table'? Would he not rather say to him, 'Prepare something for me to eat? Put on your apron and wait on me while I eat and drink. You may eat and drink when I am finished'? Is he grateful to that servant because he did what was commanded? So should it be with you. When you have done all you have commanded, say, 'We are unprofitable servants. We have done what we were obliged to do.'" The Gospel of the Lord. I tell my students, because I go by father and wear a religious uniform and teach theology, that obviously I've made a rather public commitment to faith. And of course that makes sense to them. And then I see this passage, if you had the faith the size of a mustard seed, which is very small, you would say to the mountain, "Be transplanted into the sea." And I think to myself, well, every time I've needed to move a tree, I needed to use a shovel just like everybody else. And then I start to ask myself whether this is really a quantity question in the first place. The disciples ask Jesus, "Increase our faith," because they think that this is a reality of quantity, that faith is a quantifiable substance that can be measured the way that most things can. And maybe the problem then we're having is that, we just don't have enough of it. Jesus invites them to rethink how they imagine grace by making the question of quantity irrelevant. If you had even the smallest fraction of faith, you would do great things. Maybe instead, a different way to look at this is to think in terms of tools and techniques. Giving the best tool to someone who knows not how to use it accomplishes nothing. I could give my mother the high-speed, high-powered, high-tech computer I built for myself to support my work at Gannon, and it would be completely lost on her, because God bless her, she doesn't know how to work a computer. She's not going to be doing YouTube videos. She's not going to be making online lectures. She checks her email on a good day, and she's very proud of this, and I'm very proud of her for going that far. Because 20 years ago, she made a commitment, "I'm not going to learn how to do this." And she's come along remarkably well. But giving her complex tools of computing is a waste of time and effort. She doesn't know how to use them. And we could probably make a list. I could put you in the world's finest kitchen, and if you don't know how to cook, it doesn't matter what tools you have to do it. Part of it is, yes, having what we need to accomplish a task, and part of it is knowing how to use it. Knowing how to use the tools. The issue is not that the disciples don't have faith. The issue is that the disciples don't know how to believe. It's not that they don't have faith, it's that they don't know how to have faith. And so I'd like to turn to Paul's instruction to Timothy. Timothy is in many ways a protege of St. Paul. And so he's writing to Timothy to give him some continued instruction as Timothy is spreading his own wings in leadership of the church. And so he uses that language, exactly what I told the little ones. Stir into flame the gift of God that you have already received. And I remember the experience that I had when I was young, learning how to build a campfire. And I wasn't kidding when I said, if you take a match and put it up against a log, all you're going to do is waste a match. You're not going to start a fire that way. You have to start small, very small. The smallest twigs, the bark from trees, needles from pines, even the cottony stuff that they would walk around Waldemere all summer trying to get rid of. That stuff. Start small, light it small. Blow on it, but don't blow too hard, because at that stage you'll blow it out. It's like a match. If you blow on it gently, the flame may grow. If you blow on it fully, the flame goes out. Starting a campfire is exactly the same. Starting small and tending carefully. Adding fuel, not too much, not too fast, not too little, not too slow, not too big, not too small. Adding oxygen, blowing or fanning, not too fast, you'll blow it out. Not too slow, you'll let the fire suffocate. And so there's a certain art and a science to using the tools available to do the job. And it is exactly that image. Stir into flame. Take the spark that is within you from God and fan it to make it grow. Not too fast, not too slow, not too much, not too little. Encourage it gently and with confidence to burn more brightly. Jesus invites us to consider the idea that quantity isn't enough. The issue is not that we need more faith. The issue is that we need to be more attentive to how we are fanning the flames of faith that are burning within us. And to what end? We use fires in camp settings for many reasons. Warmth, cooking, and especially at night, light. We maintain a fire so we can find the camp. Right? This image of flame, this image of fire, I think is deliberate because it's visible. It's something that the world can see. It's something that the world can warm itself by. It's something that the world can use. I think if we take the words of Paul and the words of Jesus and put them together, we have a great invitation here to tend the spark of faith that is burning within us, to make it grow into a flame that all those around us can see as a sign of health and healing, so that we might gather the world together to be warmed by God.